Hey guys, it's me, Rodney Marquez from BDOutdoors. Today's video, I want to show you the things you need to know when hoop netting for the California Spiny Lobster. So there's three things I want to go over: rules and regulations, how to measure a California Spiny Lobster, and then third, how to catch them. All right, rules and regulations for lobster fishing. In order for you to go fish for lobster, you have to fish during open season. In order for you to fish for lobster, you have to have your California fishing license on top of your lobster license as well. So you need to have two licenses for you to even start the process of trying to lobster fish. Before you even lobster fish, you do have to fill it out prior to you fishing. It's pretty simple actually. It's just put in the month, the day, the location code, and then the gear code. If you're hoop netting for lobster, it's gear code 1. For example, tonight I'm meeting with my good friend and his dad on his boat. We're gonna be fishing San Diego Bay, and the location code for San Diego Bay is 18. So for today's date, it would be November 5th, 18-1, and then you could leave the lobster retained blank. You fill that out after the fact that you go fishing. When you're hoop netting from a boat, you're allowed 5 hoop nets per angler. And if you're fishing from a boat with, let's say, more than 2 or so anglers on the boat and you're lobster fishing, you're only allowed a max of 10 lobster nets or hoop nets. So people ask me, can you have 5 hoop nets on a pier or from the shoreline? No. If you read the Department of Fish and Game rules and regulations for lobster, you're only allowed 2 hoop nets per person if you're fishing from shore or even from the pier. So rules and regulations for the hoop net itself. On your buoy, when you're hoop netting, you need to have your name and your Go ID. Your Go ID could be found on your fishing permit. I know there's a lot of rules and regulations about this, but the Department of Fish and Game here in California are really strict, so please follow those rules. By the way guys, if I'm missing any of the rules and regulations, or if you want to add to this video, please comment below. I don't hesitate to help me out. I'm here to help you guys out. I'm particularly here to help the new anglers who want to go and lobster fish. So second, how to measure your California Spiny Lobster. So basically you gotta have a lobster gauge, and Bloody Decks has one. You could order it online at BDOutdoors.com. So basically you're measuring this end of the gauge with in between the lobster's eye sockets, and then parallel line into center of the body of the shell of the lobster, and this end of the gauge has to fit in between the carapace. I believe that's how you say it. So between the eye socket, parallel to the center of the body of the shell, to the carapace. And if that body of the shell is longer than 3.25 inches, then that's a legal lobster. If the body of the shell fits between this, even if it's a millimeter between this, you have to immediately let it go. All right guys, so the third thing, how to catch the lobster. So there's a lot of ways catching lobster, and one of the most famous way or common way to catching lobster is hoop netting. All right guys, so this is my hoop net I want to show you guys. This is a Promar rigid lobster hoop net. So basically I have a bait bucket, a clip, and then a clip that's attached to the lobster hoop net. And the reason why I have this is so that the seals or the sea lions cannot steal this bait bucket. For this one, you could fill this bait bucket with mackerel, anchovies, or even cut up salmon heads. All those 3 baits are really good for getting these lobster to crawl into this net. I have a buoy here, so this will float, so you have clear access for the lobster to crawl into the cage itself. Connected to the cage is 40 to 50 feet of rope. At the end of the rope, I have a torpedo weight and then a makeshift connector that connects to the buoy itself. And then on top of the buoy, I have these LED light that flashes, so it's easy for me to spot this buoy or my cage in the middle of the night. The reason why I have this torpedo weight here is so it could force that buoy to go upright, so you have that light just like right here that's highly visible for me to pick up when it's time to pick up that lobster cage. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. If I left any kind of questions that you may have, comment below. I'll answer them as soon as possible. If you want to see more videos like this, give me a comment below. Let me know what you want to see next. Again, my name is Rodney Marquez from BD Outdoors. Until next time, see ya.